First of all, thank you for coming on the program. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting.
And could I just get your immediate reaction to what's happening in Yemen? These Saudi strikes, a wave of Saudi strikes the entire week. What is your initial reaction?
Yes. Well, as you know, in the recent days, United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia just try to intensify their operations on the ground. So they try to take over several areas in Shabwa district, which is in the south of Yemen. And as you know that hitting United Arab Emirates by our drones and plastic missiles stopped for like 2 or 2.5 years because UAE just showed that they are a little bit out of the conflict in Yemen. I know it was like a deceiving reaction that they are trying to vote for the international community and trying to vote for Yemenis so they don't get hit by our drones and plastic missiles. But now, after they got back to the ground with the with a very, very, very hard operation on the ground, they took over, as I told you, they took over some areas in Shabwa district, and they are trying to just go back to the to their tight alliance with Saudi Arabia, invading our countries and killing our people. So this should of course had to be faced with a reaction from Sana'a, which was of course making our just committing an operation towards Abu Dhabi and hitting some very important facilities in there. Yeah. And, and I guess this is the reason why, you know, if you just separate a little bit between Saudi Arabia and the UAE, we are in the middle of, you know, firing battle with Saudi Arabia. It didn't stop for the 7 continuous years, but UAE had to go back for this battle for their own reasons. I think Israeli and the American are putting pressure on UAE to go back to the battle because Saudi Arabia now is facing a very hard situation in Yemen alone. That's why they brought the troops back to Yemen and fought again in Yemen. And of course, like Saudi Arabia are being hit every single day, maybe because of the continuous air raids and continuous crimes against the people of Yemen. So United Arab Emirates are going to face the same problem from Yemen, of course.
Yeah, when we talk about the Emirates and Abu Dhabi facing a reaction, just recently there was a strike all the way in Abu Dhabi by Yemeni forces. What kind of message do you think that sends to the Emiratis? And what kind of impact do you think it has on their morale and on how they're acting now on the battlefield?
Well, you know, as United Arab Emirates are weaker to face such reaction or to face such operations against its own security and economic facilities. You know, because Saudi Arabia is maybe geographically is a bigger country, they can somehow stand for several operations and just take more and more operations inside or deep inside the country of Saudi Arabia. But United Arab Emirates cannot maybe take more or 3 such operations inside Abu Dhabi or Dubai, for example, you know, because if this really happens, the insecurity situation will just wipe away all the investors out of the country, and it will be a very bad situation for United Arab Emirates. And I think why United Arab Emirates are trying now to put the blame on Yemen or Sana'a for the intensifying operation. I mean, the backlash or it's just, you know, it's our right to defend our country. It's not like we want war. It's like that we are seeking for more wars. We are, the Yemeni people are being more, are the one who are being killed, the one who are being sick, are being prevented from their essential needs. They are not, you know, able to have even a fuel right now. Hospitals are being, a shortage of fuel. They're being blocked. Beside that, they're being targeted, the hospitals and all the infrastructures in Yemen. But I think if United Arab Emirates continues these continuous crimes, recent crimes like what happened yesterday in Sada, what happened in Al-Hudaydah, and so many countries, and so many, districts inside the country, they will face even more operations inside their country, and the Yemeni military will just, carry out more operations into Abu Dhabi or into Dubai or any place they choose to just, to make or to put some balance in this path.
Do you think that these strikes from this week by the Saudis are sort of, a form of revenge for the strike on Abu Dhabi?
Well, I think it's an Emirati airstrikes in the first place, not only Saudi airstrikes nowadays. In the recent 3 days after the operation took place in Abu Dhabi, because, as long as they have a green light from the international community and they have the green light from the United States of America, which is covering all the crimes in the United Nations or in the United Nations Security Council. As you know, while the people of Yemen are getting targeted and over 70 persons were killed in one single day, the United Nations Security Council condemned our right to defend ourselves. They did not condemn these crimes against humanity in Yemen. And this is the double standard that the international community is trying to put in the whole picture of what's going on in Yemen. So what I really think is that Saudi Arabia and UAE are not going to reach anything with their intensifying crimes against the people of Yemen. They will just put more reasons to be hit back into their own country, into their own cities, and into their own security and economic stability that they are always paying for.
Yeah, you mentioned the double standard where the UAE, the Saudis, they can keep on pounding Yemen nonstop, but when Yemen defends itself, one example is the strike on Abu Dhabi. They're quick to condemn that and speak out against Yemen defending itself, but nothing towards the Saudis, particularly today after the strike that you mentioned killed 70 people today. Did we see any condemnation from the United States or the international community?
Well, they are, until now, United States did not say anything about the crimes that are being committed in Yemen because they are participating in these crimes. As you know, these weapons were made in the United States, were provided by the United States. They are not manufactured in Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates, and right now, as the information say, Israeli military are contributing this, and also putting some maybe logistic support to the United Arab Emirates and to the Saudis to hit back the Yemeni people because of what happened last couple of days in the United Arab Emirates. But this double standards did not make us weaker, as I told you. It makes us even more capable to face this crucial war. And the silence of the world are not going to just put us back and just try for what's happening to our people. No, we will just try to enhance our capabilities to defend our country, and of course the military of Yemen can and have strategic choices and options that can hit back those countries with the plastic missiles, with drones. And as you know, it's the main message with the operation into the United Arab Emirates is that we have the capability to hit Saudi Arabia, to hit United Arab Emirates, even to hit further countries that are contributing and conducting aggressive act against the people of Yemen.
And the thing with when we talk about successful strikes, or when we talk about successful actions by Yemen, there's one thing that comes to mind. There was a Saudi ship that was seized by Yemeni forces, which the Saudis claimed was carrying medical supplies. Was it really medical supplies or something else?
Well, that was so funny, just declaring that it's carrying some like medical supplies, footage that have been disclosed by the military of Yemen showed that this ship was carrying weapons, was carrying like vehicles, military vehicles, armored vehicles. That it was carrying also a radar machines, a very hard war machines. They were not like medical supplies, like they say, and even the international community could not accept this justifications from the Saudi Arabia, because they saw the pictures and they saw the footage, and they also called for immediate cessation of the ship, but they did not say whether it's really carrying like medical supplements for what they called is a hospital. It's not right. And if it was right, of course, they don't even have the right to go cross within the water of, within the sovereignty of Yemeni water. They got close to the water that have been taken over from the Yemeni authorities, and this is not acceptable. If they really want to just provide some like medical supplements to their affiliates or to their troops.
And speaking of heavy weaponry, when it comes to ballistic missiles, the Saudis accuse Yemen of building ballistic missiles and doing it in secret. They used some weird video, which I believe was some from Hollywood movie, to to say that Yemen is running a secret operation. I mean, is Yemen building ballistic missiles, and if it was, would it do it secretly? Because the message, the tone that's coming from Yemen is that it's proud to defend itself. It's not something that it would do secretly or something that it would hide.
Yeah, my opinion that after 7 years of war and after 7 years of failure in Yemen, it's very shameful that they say they are trying to just try to destroy the capability of Yemeni army forces, or trying to, or as they claim that they found some stores of plastic missiles and they're going to hit it in Hudaida port or some other places. As you know, what is worse than this justifications from Saudi Arabia and their allies is that these false claims have been put in consideration for the international community. They believe these claims from Saudi Arabia, and they justify these false claims to target humanitarian facilities, to target humanitarian needs in Yemen. For example, what was going to be happen if they really completely destroyed the port of Hudaida, based on these justifications that were taken from a movie from Hollywood or something? This is really, it's you can't even imagine how bad the situation is, and how ugly is the silence of the international community towards what's going on to the people of Yemen.
When you mentioned the port of Hudaida today, this terrible bombing. We have a prison being bombed, at least 70 people being killed, and also the telecommunications. All of Yemen has had its internet cut off. Can you tell us how the situation is? Are other Yemenis able to speak with their families? Do you have any means of finding out what's actually happening on the ground?
Well, I was trying to reach out my family. This is like 18 hours from now. It's very hard now to reach the family. Even trying to call them by phones, by cell phones, not able for now because of the airstrike that targeted all the telecom company's facility in Al-Hudaydah, and it's the main gate that provides internet access to everywhere in Yemen. So now it's a whole blackout of internet access in the country. We don't know whether our families are safe or not because the strikes continues in the country. We really don't know what's the situation in Yemen. We can't reach out to our families, our mothers, our siblings. And for me, the situation for me is the same for hundreds of thousands of people outside the country. They cannot reach millions in Yemen to see how they are doing while the bombing is still taking place intensively in the country, all over the country, from Sada to Sana'a to Hudaydah to everywhere, every village, every city, every neighborhood is being targeted by Saudi Arabia airstrike right now. But I hope that our families are safe, and and I wish we can reach out to them very soon if it gets fixed. The internet connection to Yemen, and this is really added to the war crimes that have been committed inside my country. Saudi Arabia knows that they are targeting an infrastructure and facility of telecommunication. They want the internet to be cut off, so they cannot be their crimes cannot be covered to the whole world, and the whole cannot see what's going on in Yemen. And that's the main reason. And I think they will not be able to hide their crimes for a long time, because everyone in the world now is talking about how criminal they are and how crimes in Yemen are so brutal.
Yasser, is there anything else that you would like the world to know about Yemen? What would you like to tell the viewers? Maybe something that I didn't ask you. Just, I want to give you the floor, basically.
Thank you so much. I just want to say that the oil barrel is not more valuable than the Yemeni blood. The world should the world should really stop just putting a blind dance to what's going on in the country of Yemen. Yemeni people are being killed brutally right now. Children of Yemen cannot even go outside to play football or soccer, like just happened last night when they were playing soccer in one of the small stadiums in the neighborhood, and they got targeted directly by air raids, and over 5 children were killed in there. Women and children in their houses are being killed brutally, and the whole world now is keeping a blind eye of what's going on in Yemen. This is not just. There should be a little bit principle, and there should be humanitarian that to react to what's going on in Yemen and to stop this war immediately, because Yemen can't wait.
Do you think that Saudi Arabia and the Emirates they're able to do this only thanks to the support of the UK and the US? If tomorrow morning these Western countries cut off their support for Saudi Arabia and the Emirates, do you think that the war in Yemen would stop?
Well, as you know that even like president of the former president of the United States, if you remember Donald Trump, when he said, if we cut off our support to Saudi Arabia, they will not be able to just to fly with their jets for a week. Yeah. And it's also the same with the UK government. If they cut their supplies for weapon supply for Saudi Arabia, of course, they will not be able to keep going in this war.
Yep.
But for these Western countries, the war in Yemen is economically profitable in the first place. So they are working to just sell more arms to Saudi Arabia. They get a lot of money, and they pay the list for humanitarian situation in Yemen. As you know, for the whole conferences for humanitarian fund, for example, for Yemeni situation, for the Yemeni humanitarian situation, the UK, how much they pay? They pay like maybe for $10 million, $20 million, and how much they get from the weapons that they are selling to the Saudis. They are getting hundreds of millions of dollars in return. And also the United States of America, the same situation. So they are really a main partner for the Saudis in these crimes against humanity. And, these crimes will not be wiped out by the years. We will always remember that the UK government, the US government, are complicit in this war, and they have blood in hands, and it will not be washed away just for some statements here, humanitarian statements here or there, of course.
Yep. Yasser, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're able to reach your family soon and everyone else, and that this bloody war comes to an end.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I thank you for hosting me. And inshallah, we will reach out to our families. Thank you so much.
Inshallah. Thank you so
Okay,
much. Ma's salama. Take care.